Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. That's right, puppies! I told you I'd write one on puppies because this world is a diseased, on-fire shit show that, frankly, has been draining my soul the last 5 years like a vampire with a tapeworm. I cannot tell you how much these two little buddies have saved my life on a weekly basis. And the great thing about these two is that they are furry Prozac all the time. Side effects include cleaning up turds and pee puddles, being forced to play ball for hours at a time. But that's a small price to pay for unconditional love. No one ever had a bad relationship with a dog. Your dog never cheated on you with another owner, never cleaned out your bank account while you were on the road doing comedy. Your dog never turned your kids against you in a brutal divorce or lied about you to a judge. Your cat has, however. The reality of dog ownership is weird. Across the world, in America, we see dogs as man's best friend. In England, they feel the same. In Muslim countries, dogs are seen as dirty or unclean. Really? Well, let me say that maybe that's why the Middle East is in constant turmoil. Build a couple of dog parks and some PetSmarts, and we could bring peace to the Middle East. It's hard to plan a jihad when your fuzzy buddy snuggles you and puts his head on your hand. I can't go, the dog is here. I'm going to have to take the vest off. The Japanese love their dogs so much, they dress them like babies and anime characters. And Japan is one of the most successful, safest countries in the world. Coincidence? I don't think so. Dogs are lifeblood. They are soul healing, stress reducing, and true friends. My dog has never asked me to loan him money. However, he will stand by the treat drawer and shake like a crack addict in an alley until I relent and open the treat drawer. You know what? The world is crazy as it is. If you don't own a dog, you're killing yourself. Did you know that? Scientists have found that dog owners are likely to live longer than those who didn't have dogs. Dog owners had a 24% risk reduction for death from any cause, according to the study. And for people with heart problems, living with a dog had an even greater benefit. I mean, sure, you smell a little weird. Your house may smell like the inside of a urinal at times. But I don't have any human friends that I can say add years to my life. But if a study said that my human friends made me live longer, I would clean up their poop, even if it had pieces of my shoes in that poop. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Buddies! Buddies! Hi, buddies! Yay! Hello, everybody. Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. How are you? Puppies! That's what we're going to talk about today. Puppies. We may not beat the hell out of the world like we always do or talk about how the world's beating us up. Today, puppies. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
Yes. You don't have a puppy.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I do.
Suspect.
You have a dog?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a dog.
His name's Wyatt.
Oh, no, that's his son.
That's a human.
It's a puppy.
He's turned 11.
Human puppy.
He poops everywhere.
Okay.
Smells like a dog because he's 11.
Yeah, he smells like it. Yeah, it's
That's
close.
about right.
It's pretty
He's
close.
still loyal at 11.
Yes.
Still
Runs up
likes
to
you.
me, jumps on me.
Yeah.
Always
Barks.
happy to see you
There's
still.
wet like clothes. I don't know how they're wet and they smell like pee a little bit.
Yeah.
In the corner.
Wait, give it 2 to 3 years.
Oh, he's going to hate you so much.
And then he turns into a
14,
You're gonna be
15. 15.
You're going to be the dumbest guy
he turns
on the
into a hobo.
planet.
And
Dad, stop it, Dad. Stop it.
I don't want to hang
I
out with
hate
you,
you,
Dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
I've had ups and downs with dogs my whole life. I had my first dog
and
was I did. My dad was really anti-dog. And I don't know.
so was mine.
I don't know why, man, but
Somebody
he was
hurt
same thing.
them,
That's weird.
Obviously, somebody hurt them. When I first met you, somebody clearly had hurt you as well. And after I had a blind dog named Mac, I had him I lost him at almost 16.
a good dog.
He was a good dog. I got him when I was in high school. He went to college with me. He went to open comedy clubs with me. Everyone knew him at all the clubs. The restaurants next door would save him scraps. And then I brought him out to LA and I changed my career. So like Yorkies, they're with you for a couple decades.
16 years, Mac was
It's
with us.
crazy. So your life changes. And
Right.
you told me that when Mac was blind from the time he was 3, and you told me that when Mac went away, that we were not getting another dog.
Because
And
we're
I
not going
was
to travel.
like,
I put my foot down.
and then
We have 2 of these. And I put my foot down. And you know what? what Rachel wants, what Bombshell wants, Bombshell gets.
Titus is in the cage.
And Bombshell
And they're in
wanted
the-
you.
Yeah, they
first
sleep in
class.
the bed, and he sleeps.
He
in
curls
the-
up in the
I
container.
have it's good.
He
It's
has
a
a
crate.
crate.
I call it a crate. It's
I go, go kennel, and he runs in there.
She
you
goes,
know.
good boy. So I had Charlie. My first dog was Charlie, and that was when Charlie lasted
I
a couple
still
of
hear
months.
about Charlie and Duke. It's a
Charlie
sad,
was this
sad
big.
place
He
in
was
dog
his
he
names.
was
heart.
a small terrier. Not a Yorkie, but like he was calico. He's white and brown, or white and
like
black.
a Jack Russell.
Yeah, but he was more compact. Yeah, but
Jack
he
Russells
had
are
floppy.
pretty
He had
compact.
floppy ears. Whatever he was. He was like he was a something doodle.
It's like a hot dog. One
There
of
were
those
No,
no,
no, no,
doodles back then.
I don't know, but he was part anyway. But he was
that
he
you
was
had
fun.
a doodle. Was
But my dad was always like this. All right, you want a dog? Okay, you're 3. I'm 3, by the way. You take care of it every day. I can't take care of myself. But all right, you take care of it. Anything that dog doesn't get fed, that dog doesn't get brushed, that dog doesn't get.
It's a wolf.
You're gonna be your own vet.
It's
You're
a coyote.
yeah, we're not taking a dog to the vet. You're gonna have to learn how to do veterinary medicine. I'm 3. Shut up. You want a dog, right? Like the responsibility that it came. And then I got Duke.
So what happened to
Charlie, I don't know that Charlie. Charlie was
Exactly.
one of those got a job downstate type things. What happened to Charlie? Dad, where's Charlie? He got a job downstate, as I said in my show. So he
Why are
just
you asking so many questions?
yeah. Why are you asking? So he just disappeared one day,
He got flushed.
and then Dad married Carolyn and her kids, and we had Duke.
Could
Duke.
we ask Aunt Kathy what happened to Charlie?
I don't know if she'd know. I mean, I was a little kid.
I would love to know what really happened to Charlie.
You know,
Because-
he could maybe he's running a hedge fund somewhere.
I like to think so.
I do too. I like to.
I'm very sad
Duke was a
about Charlie
giant
and
Samoyed.
Duke.
Duke was a giant Samoyed. He was a normal dog, but Samoyeds have this white fur, and they just look giant. And he was a blast, dumb as shit, but he was a great dog. But his fur was again. All right, you're 8. You're gonna take care of this dog. You brush this dog. You blow dry this dog. You style this dog.
You
This
can't
dog
do
is
your own
fuzzy.
hair.
I can't even run a comb through my. Like you could just put a comb in my hair and it would stay.
Yeah.
But I had to take care of the dog, and I didn't do a very good job of it. And
Really,
then
that's surprising.
and then one day, Duke was cool though. Duke would pull me on my skateboard. He was great. He loved it. He was a husky type dog. Man, he was like, you put a rope around him, and even if he would still love
I
doing
don't
it.
think that was love.
Yeah,
That
no, I
don't
was
think he'd love doing it.
panicking.
So he was trying to run from me.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he'll drop the rope and I can escape.
I used to tie my cat, Mercy. We did have a cat. It's the only cat we ever had my whole life. He was wild, and my mom got him and named him Mercedes Benz, and it's the only one I'll ever have. I remember her saying that. And I would tie a real rope. Like back then, why did we all have real like murder rope in our garages?
Everybody had
And
murder
I
rope.
would tie
True.
the murder rope around Mercy's waist and then get on my big wheel and take off. I don't think Mercy loved that either. Now
So
that
you
I'm
just
thinking
drug a
about
cat
it.
around. You get-
Oh, he picked up his feet once I got going. He was like, "Oh shit!" But yeah, not maybe the best thing to do.
Duke, my dad kind of went out of his way to make sure that I saw Duke getting taken away.
Oh,
God.
Duke is a bad place in his heart.
Yeah, Duke. Came home, and Dad was like, he just flat out told me,
Why?
I gave him away again
He didn't brush,
because I
blow
didn't
dry,
brush
and
the
style
brush, blow
him.
dry, and no one helped me take care of the dog. I was little kids, but still, I get it. I get responsibility, but
Do you hear how he still can't?
seems a bit much.
just say-
no. My dad was a bit of a dick.
No.
Yeah.
My dad was a dick.
Yeah.
There you go. You're still hedging. Your dad
When it came to that.
was abusive.
And then
Full stop.
And then David, when David moved in, David had Roscoe, and Roscoe was a wiener dog, and Roscoe took no shit from anybody, and for whatever reason, my dad fell in love with this wiener dog, with David's wiener dog. But David was 13 or 14 and took care of his dog. So
I do question people who aren't dog people.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
If I didn't have to clean up tons of poop and had some time,
Yeah.
and
That
urine
makes you not
extra,
a dog person. That's
I don't- it's
dog
not that I
people
don't like dogs.
care. Dog people are
you
like
just need a little dog, though. I
the
don't,
benefits
you
outweigh
gotta
the
get
cost.
extra food and like I gotta
yeah,
have a
you're
spot
not
for
a
that.
dog person at all. You're.
Now,
I
cats.
suspected that you were a cat person when you first started working here. Do you remember I asked you that?
Doesn't sound
I
like an
tried
insult.
to
How does
give you
yes, it is.
Tomlin.
It is
Like, it sounds
totally
like
an
an
insult.
It was. No
I
offense.
had a cat though. I had a cat when I had Velcro. I had Velcro, and then we had Velcro and Teflon actually. Velcro when he got named Velcro because when we got him as a kitten, he was black. He was this big, and you could just put him on any surface, and he would just go, and he would just stick in. So, and
That's the name.
he ended up getting to be like 25 pounds. He was a big cat at one point.
They get that big?
Yeah, he was
Are you sure that wasn't a dog?
them-
15 pounds. He was a big cat. He was a big
No, I'm
cat.
sure it was 25
He was a big
pounds, but
cat.
I'm sure it wasn't healthy.
But he was great, man. We had him forever, and it's so funny because I don't have any cat stories. I had dog stories, but because dogs do stupid shit, cats are just like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah,
I
cautious.
have seen cats that big, but it's because they're really overweight.
Fuck you.
I'm sure cat people
Yeah,
are going to
fuck
write in and
you.
be like, my cat's not overweight. She's got big bones, but your cat's fat.
my ex now has a cat. And I'm allergic to cats. Did I
am
tell you?
too.
Did I mention
I am
that?
too.
Certain cats, certain breeds, when I go into somewhere that they have it, instant wheezing, eyes are watering.
Yeah, me too. My
Maybe I'm
mom,
just
my
sad
brother.
that I'm
I was
alone.
blessed
But
to not have allergies.
So when I was little, we had Mercy,
Right.
the cat, and we had a standard poodle named Joseph when I was growing up. So here, let me give you my childhood animal
This story, I've
trauma.
heard this story forever, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's terrible. So
And he was a big black.
Also, you're
beautiful-
welcome.
He was a big
a
black,
black
beautiful-
standard poodle, and we didn't do the balls on his tail and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they'll cut him.
Every poodle.
So we left him black, curly, and he would get groomed. But I would ride on his back. He loved my brother, my sister, and me. Like we were his people. And I would brush apparently his teeth with my toothbrush, which my mom tried to put a kibosh on. Yeah, I loved him, and he got groomed
immune
on
system is
Christmas Eve.
fantastic
Yeah,
now.
it's good. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong now with my allergies.
Yes.
yeah, you got to share toothbrushes.
Chaplain's like, and he got groomed, and they put the red yarn bows in his ears, and he got loose. We had a Christmas party. People, I think, were doing fireworks or something, and it was loud, and he got loose, and he disappeared, and we couldn't find him. And every night I remember being in my dad's car, my mom's car, and both of them just patrolling slowly, down the back roads in North Carolina in the dark, calling his name. And finally one night, thank God we weren't with him, my dad was driving home and he saw something, and he was in the ditch in the side of the road, and someone had shot him in the back of the head. And I remember the cops, because there were a bunch of rednecks around me, still are there.
Yep.
And
They were hunting it. They're going to eat it.
something probably. And I remember the cops coming. This was like one of my earliest traumatic memories of the cops being there, and my mom crying and me crying, and it was just like really surreal. So then we moved to Georgia. We took Mercy with us, Mercy the cat, and my mom decided, like, for Christmas I should get a little kitten. And I was like, yay, I got a kitten. And 3 times in a row, 3 different kittens. My mom in our Volkswagen van backed up and ran because they get warm in the wheel well. And
no.
I can remember JC, I named him that for Jungle Cat, me opening the sliding door of the van after we heard something, and he was like this big, and him being there on the carport, and everything had
Just
come
2
out of
feet
his
out.
mouth.
Oh, like the Wicked Witch.
It just emptied. Yeah. And
like
I
a-
was
like a
10.
toothpaste tube.
Yeah.
Like a toothpaste.
So maybe that's why I don't like cats. Maybe I was just too traumatized. I was the one at one point that went, Mom, no,
You got to be careful.
don't get me another cat.
Especially if
please."
you have little animals, kittens or puppies, man. Because when Dad first met Carolyn, his 3rd wife, we went to her house one day, and their dog had just had a litter of puppies, and one of the puppies had climbed on the wheel, and they backed over it, and it was like,
They're just too tiny. They're so
They're
easy
tiny,
to
but
kill.
and they don't have any, they don't have conceptualizing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this tire's warm.
Well, my dad,
washing
where
machine.
I'm going to be as of this Sunday with my dad on the ranch, he has 5 horses, 21 cats, 9 dogs now because he's lost some, 4 exotic birds. It's a whole thing.
Dr.
But
Doolittle.
He's Dr. Doolittle, and they rescue, and everyone knows they rescue, so they bring animals there, and
So people just whip by the car doing 60 and wing whatever. So they have a,
Like
Pretty much.
There's their daily-
whatever's fuzzy goes out the window.
Pretty much,
Because
yeah.
they pretty much know that they're going to take care of it.
that happened when I was there, actually. And so it's terrifying because of my trauma. Every time I need to leave, I'm out there for 10 minutes, banging on every inch of my rental car, playing the tambourine, screaming. My dad finally was like, you don't have to do
Air
all
horn.
that.
Print, 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 print. You're just walking around the car.
Out comes a bunch of bees.
I'm terrified. Imagine running over someone else's animal.
What I never understood till I met you, because my dogs always got taken away, is that although Mishka, I had a dog Mishka when Kennedy
Who also
born,
got taken away.
got taken away. Actually, in court, she said she wasn't going to let the dog wouldn't let me see the dog. She wouldn't let me even have custody of my dog when I divorced her. Like I couldn't even.
It was
I
his dog.
Couldn't even visit him.
And the only reason he didn't fight it was because he thought that Mishka would help protect the kids.
Yeah, well, that was a mistake. It was so
No,
many
Mishka
mistakes.
suffered greatly.
Mishka was, it was a great dog though. Of course, my ex gathered up dogs. Like she would go.
That was the weirdest thing.
So we'd show up and there'd be a new dog. There was one dog, Sporticus.
To wear them?
They called him Sport, and he would go, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he was missing a leg, or else the leg didn't
Yeah,
work
yeah.
after she had him for a month. And we were like, that dog needs to go to the vet.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't take any of them to be
They
cared for.
They all went to the farm. They all went to the farm. I took them to a farm.
No, they went to remember to keep senior citizens company.
That's right. They became
that's what
all the
happened.
old broken
remember
down
that?
dogs that were on their last
And
legs
we
got
were
sent
like,
to
no,
senior
she killed that animal.
no.
We actually offered to pay. Do you remember, to take that dog to the vet?
Yeah.
We were so desperate. We couldn't stand watching all these animals suffer anymore, but she wouldn't let us. She didn't trust us. Yeah.
It all makes sense now when the first live stream stand-up special we were doing, it was our first one.
Yeah.
And we were like just cobbling together equipment that we had.
Do tell. I do
The
remember
room,
this.
everything, getting it all together.
Yeah.
And that day, you want to retell that story? You pulled over to save a dying cat on the freeway.
It's,
And
Tomlin.
it was.
That's the
there's
cat
a
I
show.
tried
Fuck
to
that
give
cat.
you.
There's a show tonight.
That was it. Fuck that cat. That's what you said. Well, I was coming out. We've told that story. Coming out of Victory, cat was just flopping in the street, and cars were going over it. And I was like, "Holy shit!" Is that? I went over it, and I'm not knowing what it was, and I was like, "Oh!" As my car, I was like, "Oh my god, that's a cat!"
Yeah.
And I went over it, and then
Tiny kitten.
I did whipped around, and I blocked 4 lanes of Victory, which
Like,
is not a
Duke!
good day.
Oh no, it's
Yeah. And then I got the cat up, picked it up, it pissed on me, and we spent way too much
You
money.
called me and told me that she was dying. You said her bowels just released. Oh my God. And you were freaking out. What do I do? And I said, just hold her. And you thought at least you were going to be able to hold her as she died. But really, she was just finally like safe, I think she knew. And everything just like released. And
On me.
then we could have bought a nice economy mid-sized car for
Had to get her fixed. Yeah.
because they called us here, do you remember, and said either we kill her or we do this surgery and she'll be fine. And the surgery's $1 kajillion. And we were like, how can you give us that choice? We can't, we don't know that cat, but we can't kill the cat. And so we
need a wheel of death. So we
Yes.
can, at least when we get these, and I'm not saying we're going to use it all the time, but if we had a wheel of death that had
Had
like
to
what
save
happens
her.
whenever we,
had to save her. And now she leads a very happy
can use it
life
for so
with an
many
insane
things.
cat person who puts aromatherapy in the air and
Yeah.
some kind of essence in her water and plays spa music all day. And so she's very happy.
But you did that. So once we had Mac, and Mac, I really got to know Mac, and all of a sudden I had a dog, and then we lost Mac, and I remember
You freaked out.
I didn't want another. Peel. If you've lost a pet, it's especially if you had a pet for a while. Like Mac went through a car wreck with you. Mac went through everything with you. Went through horrible relationships with you. Like the one constant in your life for 16 years was Mac. You know, the one thing that always was there, always loyal, always had your back. You know, would fuck up anybody who tried to mess with you.
He would.
Right. And so it's weird to like have that kind of security, and then one day it's just gone. I still. You know, I can't. I mean, I was really sad when Mac died, but Mac was your sibling,
Yeah.
your child.
Yeah.
You know. And I remember that day. It was a tough day. It was a tough day.
Yeah.
It's a tough day.
Worst day was losing Abbott, just because of the way that it happened and how sudden it was and the circumstances and everything. That was
Yeah, you could prepare for Mac. You're never going to be okay with it, but you could prepare. Abbott just got taken from us.
Mac. I knew everybody had said like an animal will let you know when it's time. And Mac was older and he had started having some health problems and he had cancer. He went through chemo. It doesn't affect dogs the same way. He was fine.
Had his eyes replaced.
You replaced his eyes because
Which is more than the cat.
That's a whole long story, but he
eyes. It's like a
he
cyborg
did
with
tell
love.
me. He did tell me he was ready. He was trying to go into the back bedroom closet and hide. He was ready to go.
Ready
He
to
was
go.
in pain,
Yeah.
and he couldn't eat anymore. So he came home off the road, and I had a vet coming to the house, and I just knew no matter what. I mean, that's a commitment that I always say to them verbally every time, is that I will never let you suffer. If it's within my power, I'm not going to let you
You've
suffer.
done the same to me. You said that you'll let me curl up on your lap and let them
No,
kill me.
I'm putting you in a home as soon as you sneeze.
No.
But the dogs. And so the vet came, and I just knew it was the right thing. And I started to cry, and he couldn't really sit up very well. He was in pain. And also, I had always taught him not to lick. I didn't like dogs to lick, which now I think was a real dick move on my part. So now these two will
That's
lick
the
like crazy.
only other thing they want to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's all
Bark
they
and
have.
It's
lick.
how they show
As she
love.
says.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
And
That's all they have.
I started to cry, and he turned and he stood up and put his paws on my chest and just went on my face, and then he just curled up in my lap and laid back down. Like he was saying, it's okay, you're doing the right thing. Well, he lost his shit. You tried to kick the lady out of the house.
I did. I was like, get out. He's good. He stood up. He's fine. Another 16 years. Get the fuck out. And I lost my shit.
I
was trying
did.
to.
After she put him to sleep, I sat in the chair, and I think I held him another hour or two.
Yeah.
And it was a long time. But that was
We
a
had
whole...
a guy that picked them up.
That was a whole, you're right, like so many evolutions of my life. It was crazy, and he was the constant. Abbott was a really hard day. It's impossible, but that's the thing. It's The Dance by Garth Brooks, right? Would you rather have never had...
Never heard of him.
He did this rap song.
Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance.
That's a song.
Yeah, it's a
Oh
song.
my
That's a
gosh.
song. It's a song.
You will listen to that song as soon as this
And you
is
will-
over.
and you will tear up.
will-
You will tear
it's
up.
brutal. If you've lost someone, don't.
They'll never know.
No, do it. Go.
What?
Go ahead.
Now I know what the last
I don't know.
song's going to be
Let's
today.
go.
Our lives are better left to chance.
Lives are better left to...
You know what? He's
Something like that.
They're left to try. I could have missed the pain, but I have to miss.
It sounds nothing like that. That is not even close, and he's full of shit because when it comes on,
I cry like a baby.
Yeah, so
I'm fine.
if you're sad about missing someone, don't listen to it. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah. And then Mishka didn't even get to know when he passed, and then we got Chaplin, So it was such a because I wasn't going to get another dog because we travel so much. I thought no, it's better. And
You put your foot down.
put my foot down. We will never get another dog until we're retired. And then
Say that every 12 years.
yeah, and then she.
So I lost Mac in January after my first fitness competition. He was there for that. And then as of April, Easter, in my Easter basket, I had this little scrap of paper with a ink drawn
Because she
fuzzy puppy, and it said this coupon good for one
that's cute.
Colonel Clink, because we had said if we got another dog,
Schnauzer. We're gonna get a Schnauzer
I
named
couldn't
Colonel
get another Yorkie. I was too heartbroken. We would get a Schnauzer and name him Colonel Clink. And you love the idea of screaming Clink across the house. And that's how I ended up getting Chaplin.
Well, you found it. Remember, I finally said, well, you were sort of, okay. So it wasn't like like at one point, I love you. So at one point, I'm like, okay, you're curled up in a fetal position half the time, sobbing that Mac wasn't around. You're upset. You're angry. And it wasn't all because of me.
Oh, right.
You know, it wasn't all
I
me.
wasn't
It was
angry. I
70-30.
was just
Console you, so here's
heartbroken.
this.
It
I
was
wasn't
70-30.
I wasn't angry. I was just heartbroken.
Right.
It was like my
And you found-
first real experience like that with death of someone really close to me that I depended on. And I remember I'd go to cardio bar and work out and I'd be fine. And then they'd get to the cool down part where your whole body like relaxes and I'd just lay there and cry on the floor. It was such a mess.
And this went on it didn't go on for a short time. It grieved for a long time for the dog. So finally she says,
It
I said,
was
we're getting a
2
dog.
months,
And then
but
you
yeah.
started looking. Then you
2
started
months.
looking
Just 2 months.
until we got Chap.
Which was Easter.
I know, but I'm just saying that we got it because it would have gone on. You can say she never got over it. We just got Chappy.
He kept me very busy. And then also, I wasn't going on the road at that time.
Right.
And so when you would leave, I would be there without Mac, and I was kind of new out here, and I didn't really like any of the people like that were in your life that much yet. And it was weird. And so he was my buddy. He was my thing. And so I got Chaplin, and then I had Chaplin at home while you were on the road, and he was a puppy, and he was very energetic.
Yeah.
He was a hot mess.
And we've had him 11 years now.
He's 11.
He's
yeah.
11. But I just understand that people, and then I see, so now that I have so much experience with dogs and I love dogs, whenever I see someone mess with one, I literally think you don't need to be in the gene pool anymore.
Kill.
I really believe that. There's other things I could say, well, you don't need to die, you need to get in trouble. But you hurt an animal, you hurt a dog, you need to get drugged behind a car.
We just did
till your
Denver
head pops
Comedy
off.
Works last week. Our favorite club, our home club, our family
4 out of 5 standing
runs
ovations.
and owns it, and it was incredible. I had an incredible time on Wednesday night doing my show for the first time. It's awesome. And then we got to hang out with Wendy and Jeffrey all week. Well, Wendy has helped. Wendy, if you guys live in Denver, you know Wendy is a massive animal lover. Her restaurant upstairs is named Lucy after her Frenchie, Lucy, who passed away. And all dogs are welcome, even though that's not the law. Wendy
Yeah, she
is the sheriff in town.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit.
And she said that they all are service animals, which they are. And so she helped rescue.
She hands out vests if you bring a dog in. And here's it. Just put the vest on.
Both of you wear one.
They don't say that. Yeah.
And act needy. So she helped rescue a Frenchie from a puppy mill. And her name's Lily. And then there's a little English bulldog named Henry, who's not little. He got big really fast. But Lily was in a puppy mill. And when they got her, her feet had never touched the ground. She had never had human hands pet her or love her. She had gone through 8 litters
They were
already.
just using
What do
her
you
as she was a puppy factory. She
In a
basically
cage.
was just
Oh, wow.
And so now I was
Okay.
talking to the guy that Wendy kind of co-owns them with, and Steve, and he said he'll get his garden hose out to water his lawn. And Lily is night and day different now. She loves her new life, but it took a while. And but he said little things like he'll pull out the garden hose to water his flowers nowhere near her, and she will freak out and run inside. So he thinks that they would just do a cage cleaning with high pressure hoses and never remove them from clean the cage.
All at the same time. Yep.
Yes, and you and Wendy especially have discussed doing a vigilante drive to this puppy mill in Kansas.
I would do it.
I know you would, and so would Wendy. Yeah. And so, but I said, aren't they illegal? Puppy mills
Going like
illegal?
Rambo 5 puppy mill. You mess with dogs. Yeah, but you're an evil animal. You mess with innocent animals. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to add some music to it.
I wanted you to add the farting.
I was thinking that too, but I don't want to take it off course.
We can't do that.
That's what I was thinking.
We can't do that. If you guys saw the rare airing of First Fart, which was brilliant.
It's real brilliant.
Which is we can't air it anymore because we're gonna get in trouble. We're afraid we're gonna get in trouble.
How did they know? Because it's not Sylvester Stallone speaking; it's him.
Yeah.
He did the whole narrative.
Visual. I think it's
visual.
Visual
That's
algorithm.
it.
Yes.
They have that. I just thought it was audio.
There's no audio from the
even
trailer.
the music.
But I mean, I thought that things were only really flagged by audio because his videos don't get flagged. Have you noticed people will slow them down?
Or reverse them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why don't those get flagged?
The ones that
Is it because we don't go after those?
Yeah, because we're not Warner Brothers.
So Warner Brothers has
they do.
someone sitting there.
they do get flagged.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they getting better and better all the time. So First Fart got flagged.
Yep. Our stuff was flagged. It has been flagged for the past year and a half.
Even if people mess with the audio?
It happens
still
to
does?
you.
Yeah.
Don't you have to catch that though?
I used to. Now it's the automation's better.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So it catches anything from a range of audio.
So had we done
gonna say
First
it.
Fart 2 years ago, we would be scot-free.
Do you know who changed it? You know who really changed them to
Prince.
start? Prince changed it, because Prince sued them for the $100 million.
Sued YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what changed everything. Is that when that's when they started really going because
They were using
and
his
the
stuff.
day it was within a week. within a week, you couldn't find Prince on YouTube.
Right.
Could now his estate is, but I watched Prince.
Speaking of Prince, there is no better place or better way to listen to Prince than with Logitech UE Fits earbuds.
Very nice.
I mean, holy cow.
And you know what?
The sound.
So I have 2 different sets of headphones. My UE Fits stay in my ears all the time. They don't fall out. I didn't have them with me on this last trip, and the other ones just fall out. They just fall out, and I'm on the plane, and it goes bink, dink, and it just went under the seat. And I was like, no!
That did happen. We had to ask the lady in front of you.
She goes, I almost stepped on it. Well, thanks, because that was only too much money.
Did you forget the UEs? Is that just
I did.
them?
Well, I keep my UEs here because when I'm working on the hot rods and stuff, I wear them here.
I think we need 2 pairs.
I think so too, UE Fits. No,
because I didn't have mine either.
I think we need 3 pairs.
I had,
There you go, 3 pairs. Yes.
Oh, right, sorry. Highlander. You could also listen to Highlander's music on these.
What I like about them too is I can use my phone.
I had those ones this time as well, the wrong ones, and I mean they kill my ears. I don't know how that's. Now that I know what's possible, they hurt so bad. I had them in for noise canceling because of the screaming kid. They hurt so bad. I had to take them out.
But the UE Fits, on the other hand,
don't.
No, you put them in and you do the thing with your phone, which my ears heated up.
So
which felt
that
so good.
molds specifically to your ear.
And not only that, but you got to use it. You get to work it on your phone. You can actually do different custom settings for equalizing on the phone.
Nice. Or just get like somebody to whisper in your. It's all gonna be okay.
That's what I need all day.
Sweet, it's
gonna be all right. It's not as bad as it seems, no matter what he says.
Wonderful. Everything's gonna be okay. I need that all
Noise
day.
canceling and anxiety canceling.
Yay!
I have anxiety canceling headphones.
The sound quality is better than any other earbuds I've tried.
Yep.
I think it's a combination of their own specific quality and the fact that it actually is fitting inside of your ear. And so there's no gaps, there's no space. And so you guys got to check these out. Honestly, it is the coolest thing ever. You will feel like you are living in the future. It's very, what's that movie that you like that had Harrison Ford and then the other good looking guy?
Blade Runner.
Yep. It's very like that, but modern.
Yeah. And the other good looking
Who's the
guy.
other good?
Guaranteed perfect
Ryan
fit.
Gosling. She likes Ryan
Oh, I
Gosling.
thought you say Rutger Hauer.
No, there's a whole, that was
The original.
Pecs Gosling. You know. Hey.
Sorry. It's
Guaranteed
okay.
perfect fit
It's all right.
in
It's all gonna be
60
okay,
seconds.
Dennis.
It's awesome. So you once you open that box, be
She
ready.
calls me haunches.
Haunches solo.
Haunches solo.
I'll never forget my mom saying to me the last time we took her out to eat, actually, I put it in my phone because I love the way my mom, she just was so creative, and she looked at me and sighed. You were sitting there and she goes, I have withered flanks. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She was like talking about aging. So that's going in a show. Anyway, so trusted by pro musicians and hi-fi enthusiasts for over 25 years. We love this company for many of their products. For a limited time, get 15% off your pair of Ultimate Ears Fits true wireless earbuds at ue.com/fits. All you have to do is use promo code Titus at checkout. That's 15% off with promo code Titus at ue.com/fits.
Check them out, guys. They're legit.
They also give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you get free shipping, free returns, and a 1-year warranty. It's like they've covered you, so try them. Love this product. I will say this is something I thought about this weekend. When we were in Denver,
Right.
I know that people think that we just do ads or whatever. So we had already had an issue because you didn't have your UE Fits.
Right. I dropped them. Yeah.
We were very frustrated by forgetting that. We went to Whole Foods. We bought groceries. We bought Truff. We bought 2 boxes of Liquid IV. Those aren't on the podcast today, but because we were so dehydrated.
Anybody who questions that we didn't have any road truff.
So
I bought a bottle on the road.
We opened our toiletry kits with Harry's razors in them.
Even if we weren't sponsored by these, we'd still be
talking about them.
We do have Harry's today. We're not going to do it right now, but also we both took our Bruce travel cases, which is wicked. It makes it this big.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that later. But I just thought it was crazy crazy how much we really do use these products.
We ain't bullshitting.
No, we love
ain't
these
bullshitting.
products.
How many times do I say no? You'll call me, go, so-and-so called, they want to advertise, and I go, what is it? And I'll look it up, and I go, nope, no.
Yeah, Cindy gets frustrated.
You know why? Because here's the thing,
like,
and I think, and I know a lot of podcast guys that they'll take anything, and because it's just money. But at one point, it's like, well, we don't ask for Patreon, we don't ask for any of that stuff. If people are going to watch this, I want them to go, oh, I bought that, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, you want something you can get behind.
I don't want a
Otherwise-
residual. I don't want any bitter Titus residual. Like, I bought that thing that Titus told me to buy, and it was.
I did not share this on purpose, but Grandma Jean got COVID.
No shit.
I didn't tell you?
No.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
She got it and it was bad.
A lot of you guys know that Grandma Jean is one of my best buddies and my ride or die, and she is 88 this month. And so for her to get COVID it was pretty terrifying.
Nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And luckily, Grandma Jean is not stupid. And so she is double vaccinated. She got Moderna last February because she got it as soon as it was available because she's lived 88 years. She knows that when you need to get vaccines to diseases. And even though she lives in a sea of family that is unvaccinated and believes in these stories,
Of course she got it.
Of course, right?
Everybody around her has it.
Nobody.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly. And nobody there is wearing masks at all anymore, anything. And so my sister luckily just recovered from it, so she was able to go be with her, my sister and her husband. And
But there's a difference.
I am happy to report that Grandma Jean is great
And
today.
through it, done.
She's not done. She told me she's not done. It was hard on her. And
When
it
did
was,
she first get
last
symptoms?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But she's
about
on
a
the
weekend.
she's on the far good.
Yeah,
she's through it, and she's on the downside.
Energy
and
type
she's not
stuff.
throwing the kitchen sink at it with
No,
fucking
She already had.
She-
She was
ice
vaccinated.
cubes and whatever.
She told me yesterday, she said,
Horse dewormer?
I am very clear that if I had not had those shots, I would be in a much different position today.
Or dead.
Yeah, laying
That's
down
what she
would
meant.
be the
She just
right.
wouldn't say dead.
Yeah.
But
So there's Michael Flynn, the former national security advisor to the Trump administration, appeared on a show dedicated to election fraud and COVID-19 conspiracy recently, and endorsed a completely unsubstantiated theory that the deep state is planning to put COVID-19 vaccines in salad dressing.
They're trying to hide it from their.
Flynn said, somebody
voters.
sent me this thing this morning. They're talking about putting the vaccine in salad dressing. Have you seen this? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, this is bizarre world, right? So
Is that from Gab?
I don't know what it is,
Oh.
but the thing is that probably, but what she said is right. They ain't getting anybody.
Yeah.
They ain't getting anybody with
Right.
to sneak it in broccoli or salad.
that conspiracy theory won't really take off, I don't think.
also happy to report that Ashley Cashman, our douche correspondent and very dear friend of a decade
Cash.
now, had a little baby girl last night with 0 drugs. Wasn't how she meant for it to go down, but it happened.
What happened? Why didn't
Why?
she get?
I don't know exactly. Just
rushed in?
Usually if it's too far along, you can't do
Oh,
the epidural. They have to deliver, and she said it was extremely painful. But she has a beautiful baby girl.
But they
she
rushed her
really
in
is
because
pretty.
everybody else was having
I
COVID.
don't think babies
So-
are all that cute, but this baby is
This
really
baby
cute.
for brand new doesn't usually look like someone dumped it out of a box of raisins. This baby looks
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's probably, I saw the picture this morning. I'm like, no way, that can't be the. Of
She's-
course, Ashley would have a perfect baby.
Yeah,
She probably ate exactly right. She's gonna be so happy.
she would laugh at that. I haven't talked to her yet because I'm not the asshole that just calls her repeatedly after she's had a baby. I'm just texting with her so she can answer
Isn't it
at
funny
will.
how people, when you have something big in your life that you need time for, most people want to make it about them and call, like parents, like with a baby specifically. We're coming. We're gonna bother you. No,
Yeah.
just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
No,
Your
I think-
wedding day.
I
It's
don't
like your
think
phone's
that's
blown up.
How
Wait, wait.
people think. I think
It's love.
that's
They
how
think
you
love.
see things. But I think parents want to come help and be with their kid
Right.
and see their grandkid.
Yeah.
But we still have work to do.
But
Yeah.
weddings and funerals, man. Everybody shut up. That's how I deal with every big family crisis. Everybody shut up. Just shut up. We'll be fine. You can all show up. Just shut up. Me and Billy Gardell, by the way, exactly.
Yeah, you guys.
We're just like this. We'll get through this if everybody just shuts up. That's all.
Wyatt's grandmother on his mom's side, on the day he was born, she came in with pamphlets about circumcision and religion, and was handing to we had seconds.
She wanted
Like a
you to
stack.
be
It wasn't just one.
circumcised the day you had a baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, the baby.
The baby.
Circumcised.
Not for me.
She didn't want him circumcised.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
wanted baby circumcised.
Yeah. It's too late for that. But
No, my dad got circumcised at 69.
yeah,
It's never too late.
That's crazy.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
No.
But what you know? It's where are you at in your life? You're like, you know what, man? Take a knife to my penis.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
Whatever.
What else? Too long.
There were
Flipped out of an airplane.
circumstances that created a need for it, and as he started to share, I said, no.
Yeah, stop. No. Everybody
sensitive.
shut up.
And then my
I
stepmother
don't wanna hear
started
it.
laughing and said, Kian. And so they didn't tell me, and I'm very happy for that.
Yes.
Although I may need to ask for the bit that I'm going to do about it.
Everybody
someday.
shut up does work pretty much all day. Everybody shut up. It just works.
Yeah,
That's
I
the new
don't wanna
COVID treatment.
know that.
It's late circumcision.
You got to keep all your parts and crevices clean. That's what's most important.
Oh,
and
you
this
did-
episode brought to you by Bruce. This
Oh, nice. Wow.
Product.
Wow.
All over. It's an all over.
Nice.
tool.
because if you don't keep your teeth cleaned, Grandma Jean will tell you she is 88 and has every one of her original teeth. She does not have dentures, and at that age,
almost impossible.
she likes a man with a full head of hair, and she's proud of having a full set of teeth. It's almost impossible. So here's how you do it, people. I can't guarantee that. I'm just saying, keep them clean.
Here's how good this product is.
Ken has one as
We
well.
went out and got Ken one.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
By the way, nothing to do with your breath. You were fine. I'm
Oh,
just
thanks.
saying. We just
I
liked
just
it.
loved
we just
it
liked
so much, and I loved mine. He's got it's so like cool looking, isn't it? So his is all white, even the bristles, even the stand. It's just pure white. We have the solid black.
Yeah.
They have all different colors, but I just thought the black was like pretty sleek looking.
Yeah, I was told that I was getting white. I wasn't. There was no. Hey, you want to pick? It was like
I did. No,
Which
I
one's yours?
said
Bullshit.
that's not true. You said which one do you want? Because I know you want one, and I said I really want the black, and you were really nice. You just said okay.
There's other colors, so be happy at least you got the white. I think there's like yellow and
I
pink and other
can't
ones like that.
remember, but there's a bunch of different
Yeah.
colors. But
So what I liked about it was the way whatever they've designed in it. Because I'm always the tech guy, like what
Yeah.
works. I took it on the road. So in the past, if I had other kinds of those, and you had to bring the stand with you, and the stand on those was this big, and it dropped into it and
Totally
it charged it,
different.
and it didn't last very long. 2 days, 3 days. This thing will do what? 15 days. I took it. We were gone. We left on Tuesday. We got back the next Monday. And I used it every day, twice a day at least.
don't quote me on this, but I did go on their website because I wanted to know, and I believe it's like 40 hours. It's something insane like that. I never charge mine. It sits on its side. I know I should. So I took mine without charging it, and I had it off for a long time. Put it in the carrying case. The carrying case, you just take the head off, snap shut. It's only this big in your suitcase and weighs nothing. And it's still going. We're back now after a
we're
week.
back. It's 10 days. I haven't put it back on the stand yet.
It's insane. And I do love that case. You were right. You were right about that.
It really does. It feels like when you leave the dentist
Yeah.
and your teeth are just polished,
Yeah.
Yep.
you can feel like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's
like,
crazy.
it really does work like that.
Because whenever we get a new product, we test it out first. So we got them, and I was like, I told you, I was like, dude, like I was 2 days. I'm like, it almost feels like a floss. It gets whatever it does, whatever the sonic thing's doing, and it's awesome.
Well, and
Bruce.
it's got 6 different modes that you can do.
Which is
Here it
awesome.
is. I knew I had the 4-week battery life.
Wow.
The charging stand is magnetic, so it's not clicking in. You know how it gets all that crap
Yeah.
underneath? This doesn't.
Yeah.
It just
No, it's
stands
almost
on
flat.
it.
It's a square.
Yeah.
You can just.
It's flat. You could just tip it off. Like
yeah, but it stays pretty
Yes,
solid.
yes.
Like I've got a little tiny spot where it stands, and I'm like, oh, why it's going to knock that over?
It doesn't.
But no, it stays.
You can also do a subscription program so that you don't have to remember to get new heads. It comes with 3 already, so already it's gonna last for a while. They will send you new replacement heads every 6 months, so you're not using the same old brush head. Very sleek design. You guys just go on their website and check it out. You'll see what we mean. I was first interested in this because Kevin Hart is one of the
investors.
Yeah. So you can get $15.
I hope Kevin Hart's doing okay. I hope he's making some money somewhere. I hope is he
Maybe with the
surviving?
Bruce is going to.
Is Kevin Hart doing okay?
He's
I
got
hope
a
he's doing. I
GoFundMe,
hope he's doing all
and this
right.
is part of it.
Yeah.
He's very funny. Get $15 off your
He is
Bruce
very funny.
toothbrush kit and refill plan when you use promo code Titus at Bruce.com. That's $15 off using promo code Titus at BRUUSH.com.
But it's such a good product, and I love that a comic's connected to it. It's such a good product.
I do too.
That's
It
true.
really is. And for me, aesthetic, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty sleek.
It's really awesome. I'm getting these for people for Christmas. Like that's how great.
And
I thought about that too. I thought there's my dad, impossible to buy anything forever. And
It
his
wasn't that
birthday
crazy
is going to
expensive,
be while I'm there. It is not. It's a great price. I used the promo code for yours and it's awesomely affordable. And when people open it, it's like in that kind of space age Apple looking box. So that's what I thought. And my dad would love the all black.
I would never give somebody a toothbrush as a gift, but this is like, this is not a toothbrush.
No.
This is like, you know.
And just the way it looks, you're like, this cost them $1 million.
But
Your Aunt Kathy wants one too.
Good. So we know what we're getting people for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Anyway, I love that you're able to talk about it though, because you know you're not just sitting here watching us going, these idiots don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's got a tongue setting too.
I usually say, I wish I had one.
Everybody, we get sent you stuff to try, but we've actually started requesting. The Highlander's on the show too, and he can figure out if it's edited well or not.
He can cut your commercial down to 5 seconds if he wants.
If he wants to. So it depends on what he gets.
I'm excited that we're doing just 2. I wish we were doing more. I know Ken doesn't, but that we at least get to do a couple sketches for this. I'm super stoked.
On the show this week, we wrote George and Gracie's coming back.
Yay!
And Hank. We haven't named it. What's his name?
Frank. You want to call him Frank and Shayna?
Frank and Shayna. They were going to be back. They the whole insurrection tours didn't work out.
Treason tours
didn't work out. So they have a new business.
They've come. Yes. Now that they're.
But George and Gracie is quite inspired. I think it's quite inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get, and then there'll be a couple other little fun things in there, and we have people coming from out of town to be in the audience.
There's going to be an audience.
There's actually going to be an audience, you guys.
A decent audience.
Yeah,
gotta be vaccinated. And by the way, if we can get this out, if you're in LA and you want to come to the show, go to the ChristopherTitus.com, go to the contact page.
There's like maybe 4 seats left.
Yeah.
ChristopherTitus.com, send us a message. You have to be vaccinated and show your card. And if you're within the first 4 people, then you'll be able to come to the show and be part of the audience. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be at 7:00 Pacific time, Saturday the 25th. You can go to combustionlive.com to get tickets, ChristopherTitus.com. You can find it everywhere.
And RachelBradleyComedy.com.
All of those. And on our social media.
And thewillingbureau.com. You can go to all
everywhere.
those.
You can go to Eventbrite.com.
I was working on the card. I was listening to Misanthroptics. It was just while you were out.
Misanthroptics is the Highlanders' new album.
Yep. It's going good. Getting good reviews.
Bureau.
Yes. Thewillingbureau.com.
We need to, I need to go review it.
Yeah, you do.
On iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Because Amazon won't let me review. I don't know why I've been banned. And I'm nice. I think you used my account. And
I don't write bad reviews.
No, I think you yelled at people that wrote bad reviews. He did that to my Uber account too. He got into an Uber after the Prince party on my Uber with a bowl of chips and salsa.
That wasn't my. That was my. I blame people that were with us.
That was you.
I did.
Wait,
nothing.
you went in with a party tray?
No, I did not. No.
Yes.
No, Marshall brought that in and got in the car.
Well, you were crunching. So they gave me a bad review on my Uber. He has 4 or 5 stars, whatever it is.
That's a trick, guys. By the way, always use someone else's Uber account if you've been drinking too much. Just tips. I just try to help. And give people tips.
We're going to do the Prince party on New Year's Eve this year.
Yep, Prince party New Year's Eve. And we may be doing another show then that night. No, we may not be doing another show.
I will tell you that the Prince party, we've talked about this on
a
here a lot. It is the most work. Like, of course, we hadn't done sketch shows before, but I would still say that it would probably... Actually, no, maybe you'll think the Prince party isn't as bad. It's pretty horrible.
No, we have to put up curtains.
Preparation.
No.
It's insane.
We bring in purple curtains. This whole place is lined with purple curtains.
It turns into a nightclub.
We don't even have the we don't have the
Psych
screen wall anymore. It's hidden. So we have to put up a thing. So we'll actually make that white and we'll put a
movie screen
on that.
There's so many areas, lounge areas, and DJ comes in and set. I mean, it's a lot of work. Just imagine. The main work was cleaning this place because it's all party area. So
before and after. Yeah.
Before is way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse, which I got in trouble for saying.
More than the Titus reunion shows? Because think of the prep for that one.
No, that was
We
a
had to
full
build all
episode.
this.
That was no, it's not that
I
big.
forget we put you through greater hell
Yeah,
than
we
we
did.
ever
Yes,
put anyone
that's my
else
point.
through.
Yes.
Yeah. We've been
The
through.
party sounds
We went
like
through the
it's
hell
going to
too.
be
It's
easy.
gonna actually, in hindsight, you're right. No, your life
But
has
like
been
over
miserable
there-
since you met
like
us.
in the automotive bays, that'll have to be cleaned up. That'll be the lounge. The stage is going to go
Yeah.
over on this side. We put the Prince banner up. I mean, we have curtains. that
Actually,
come
he's
in.
right. This will be fine.
We're not
this-
going to be
yeah,
doing
no.
sketches, filming a sketch and editing
Oh
it
no,
that
he
day.
wants to add a
And
live
doing
comedy
the
show.
show that night. And doing the show that night. You're right.
doing
You're
the
right.
show.
Right.
He
No.
thinks that we could
I
do
will
the
not wake up
live
at home,
show.
edit a sketch, send it to you, have you
Right.
put music into
He
it.
thinks that we can do a live comedy show and then shut it down and then go right into the party.
Yeah, I'm probably, as you say it.
It's crazy.
I sound
How could
stupid.
people be setting up?
I sound stupider than I realize, honestly. So yeah, we won't be doing that.
Okay, thank God.
There you go. You heard it here, folks.
January
Maybe
1st,
maybe-
however. What?
I was starting to say maybe the night before. I knew you were going to go somewhere like that. We had very fun in Denver this past week.
So can I talk about your set? So you're gonna remember, people, that Bombshell worked with comedy and booked comedy for 6 years and knew everybody. Name it, she worked with them. But she was the manager of the club. She wasn't a comic, but she had a specific opinion about comedy, a crazy opinion about comedy. Then she got with me, and she was giving me jokes, and so I decided, well, you should start writing your own comedy. And then we argued about that. Then I forced her into comedy, and then she has a knack for it. This week, she was headlining in Denver, and you were panicked. She was funny because she's been doing these 2 new pieces, and she's been doing like 25 to 30 minutes, depending, in front of me. But they're 2 different sets. And she's like, I don't have enough. She calls me at 2 o'clock that afternoon. She goes, I only have 24 minutes. I'm like, I've been watching
24
you.
pages.
Yeah, you said it's a minute
Total.
a page. You said it's a minute a page.
I called him to say,
She's
remind me of what that rule is, right? Because I believe that a script is a minute a page in
Right.
final draft. I needed him to say 2 minutes a page. And you did tell me that it is a minute, but you reassured me that mine had more jokes on it and it would take longer. And I actually walked over there, though. I mean, you like to kind of retell things in a different light, but I walked over. It was probably the first time really that I've headlined that I wasn't terrified. I really, only thing I was worried about was I was using the prompter for the first time.
Right.
And because you had kind of talked to me about the length, so I felt reassured about that. But it was the most fun I've ever had on stage since I started doing comedy.
Shredded it.
That's a good
Shredded
sign.
it. And then
That's
the bit about her mom, Beauty for Ashes, people, is a show. I was so happy to see it. I was so, I'm always like, I'm a dance mom. Like you say, I'm a dance mom. I'm in the back making notes. And I didn't have any notes. I was like, you've done this so long now. You're at 11 years now. You know what the hell you're doing. You got to see Beauty for Ashes, people. It's great. Again, get those tickets. It's going to be this Saturday night here at the Combustion Lounge. And you get to stay home and not get COVID.
It's not done yet either. That's why I was like, I did an hour and 10 minutes. And I'm like, I still have to write at least 3 more stories.
Well, you screwed around a lot too, but yes,
I did, because I love being in Denver and I think
there's another 15 minutes in it easy, and then that'll be rounded up perfectly.
So Denver, we've talked about forever. Their airport is famous, right?
Yep.
The picture, the mural of the Nazi
Yes.
stabbing the
masked
dove,
Very creepy looking
gas
mural.
mask,
Yes.
dove,
Stabbing a dove around dead children.
Yes.
They're surrounded by dead children.
is gone. They are
took it out.
remodeling.
Oh.
We were so like, what is going on? And then we go to baggage claim,
state.
and we were like, they finally got it. That does not say welcome to Denver. So this is what I was screwing around talking about. And then as we get to baggage claim, on the side of the exit doors are columns, and on top of the columns, the thing is huge.
3 feet
Yeah.
tall, at least.
On top of a very tall column is a gargoyle with wings, black, like this.
What the hell?
As you go by it, it sits up and watches you and moves and talks shit to you as you go by. And we were like, well, they almost had it. Almost had it.
It's
Denver.
close.
Is that their new TSA? What is
No,
that?
I guess that it's always been there, but I'd kind of seen it before.
Has it been there?
Yes, I never noticed it moving.
Are
It
you
moved.
serious?
Yeah.
Were we too distracted by Hitler?
Yeah, well, we walked past. We were PTSD from the Hitler. It's such a weird. So the whole history of the Denver airport, I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
There was this mural of the New World Order. Basically, that was the dove with the sword. It's a giant sword up, and if you look at the sword, it's a one of those like Allah swords up the dove's ass. The guy's got a Hitler mask on, surrounded by coffins full of dead children. And then there's another mural on another wall that's all the children turning in their swords, and they're carrying wheat and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So the guy, that guy's dead. The guy that painted those was dead. He died weird. Then the guy that built, there's a giant horse out in front of the airport. Blucifer, they call him. Giant horse out front with laser eyes. It's got these red, it's fucking crazy blue. This
in the
weird,
dark,
wicked,
like when you go in the
blue.
morning dark, it is terrifying.
Fucking, who was the architect? George Orwell architect?
Exactly.
It killed him.
Weirdest thing.
It killed the
So when
artist.
he was working on it, it fell on him and killed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Blucifer still there too?
Yep.
I try not. He creeps me out. I don't.
When
like
I came
to look
back,
at
when
that.
after dropping the rental car off, I was like,
saw
up
him.
there it is. There, the horse is still there.
Isn't there a rumor that there's like an underground
Supposedly
alien base under there?
No, supposedly once if anyone sends missiles into the East Coast and blows up Washington D.C., that will be our new capital. That's the rumor. The conspiracy of the Denver airport. You can bring it up. It's pretty intense. Other things.
It's where the lizard people live down there.
Yeah, they built a $3 billion baggage handling system. That within 2 weeks broke down and they couldn't use it anymore. So these tunnels that run all over it. Supposedly the Denver airport can sustain 250,000 people. There's also another rumor that that going into the mountains nearby, there's the mountains that there's one of those tunnels they built, the military, those big concrete squares that they put in to make tunnels. Supposedly all the way up into the mountains, that literally from the Denver airport you can go underground to the mountains. There's also another building. It was a 3-story building that they built at this airport. They built it, finished it, built it, said it's not right, and then buried it.
Wow. And we wonder why we have. This is why we can't have nice things.
And then fucking buried it, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we didn't use it." So you buried it? I'm not quite sure why you buried it. And they're doing construction all the time, and it's 50 miles from fucking Denver.
It's really
one of the
it's
jokes
weird.
I walk on stage. I go, you know, it would be great if you guys. So I flew to the Denver airport, which is in Kansas. Then I took a flight from Kansas to Denver from the Denver
You're
airport.
Funny. This episode also brought to you by Harry's. I saved this one for last. I know I did notice. Another thing that we had in our weekend that we can't live without, and I mean honestly, I don't know. I don't even want to think about having to live without it. It's that good. Best razor I've ever used. Best razor you've ever used.
5 blades.
5 blades. They have their own factory in Germany, which a lot of you guys know that have been listening a long time because he did a character they made us stop using.
You must stop doing the character.
If Hitler's had a brother
Germany's
named Harry.
trying to get away from that. You can stop doing it. We make great razor blades. That's how we make.
You can get there from the Denver airport.
Everybody shut up. That's what he said.
Always works.
My whole family, this is what my dad told me. Every male, even extended family, uses Harry's
Even
now.
family that doesn't like us.
I was just thinking of one family member in particular that can't stand either of us.
And told us.
And yeah, he did.
Had a meeting where he came and apologized.
Well, he mostly went and told everyone else, and then came and told us.
That was an interesting day. We'll talk about that after.
No, we won't,
Okay.
because some people just are not even worth that kind of.
All right, but it was an
focus
interesting
or
day.
breath. I will just say something that I took from that human and from that experience, and then being in Denver this week, is family is not always the people that you're born with. A lot of times family is people that you get to choose when you get older, and so we're blessed with
Sometimes
Wendy
family's
and
not
Jeffrey.
people that you born.
True that. So Harry's
or were born from.
it comes to your house. You don't have to go get it. They have taken over the world in personal grooming.
Yep.
If you go on their website, it's like they do that now too.
Their hair paste is awesome.
I know you are a little obsessed. You are a little super obsessed.
Hair paste, body. So this morning, body wash.
Redwood.
Put the hair paste in and
Shaved.
shaved.
Shave gel.
Shave gel, which I use. Yep.
Soap. You have the deodorant. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Go to their website. Check it out. Harrys.com. face and body products, all delivered right to your door, which is my favorite part. And it's way cheaper than the other stuff. And it's way better quality. There's never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/bombshell to get their starter set for just $3. It's 100% satisfaction guaranteed, so you've got nothing to lose. Go to harrys.com/bombshell right now to get this special offer. That's harrys.com/bombshell, BOMB.
Harry's Face Today, people. It's the best stuff. It's if you. By the way, if you've just started listening to the podcast, know that we've been using Harry's for 5 years now, at least.
Oh, is it
4
At
years?
least, yeah.
Yeah.
Same razor, same blade.
No, we did switch once.
Yeah.
They do last
I'm
forever.
always stunned at how long they last.
Yeah, and still sharp. And I always get rid of them like, well, it's still pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's still pretty. It's still better than the store bought
Can
ones.
I mean, like your legs are are like so smooth. Like, thank you, Harry's, because my life is a lot better. She's not ripping me up when we're sleeping. Stop.
Like Velcro the cat.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So can I say about the puppies? These little guys. So everybody, if you don't have a dog, here's what's great about them. Let's say life isn't going that well, or you're not feeling well, or you're just upset. Sometimes I come home upset and I'm grumpy because of the day. I sit down on the couch. This little guy comes over and he's like, "What's going on, Dad?" And he starts messing around. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor playing ball with this idiot, and I'm happy as hell. Right?
He's tired.
He's tired. He's a good boy.
He went back to sleep.
So it really is a service dog.
I
It just helps
actually
with your-
just took a picture of him that you can put up during the podcast. He's on his back, balls up in the air, right next to him while he's ranting and stuff. And there he is. He's back again, balls up.
Pat my balls.
Yeah.
I love you.
They're Prozac.
They are, man. It calms me down as tense as I am. I mean, I can't imagine where my heart would be without having these guys around, you know? And Chaplin's a funny thing. It's weird because they start to know you. So we'll be in the car. I think we talked about this. Chaplin does this thing now when I'm in traffic, which is my worst place. Listen, can we just be honest?
It's our worst place also with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just wanna-
I am so. It is a fucking. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she's got an imaginary brake pedal. She's grabbing the like car and the handles. And
Like a driving instructor, you have.
No,
the-
she's like this. She's like,
He always
She put her
yells
hand
at
on
me
it.
that now I'm in trouble because I keep my mouth shut because I was in trouble for not doing that. And then I grab the oh shit handle, which is what it's there for. But he told me if we get in an accident, you're going to break your arm.
No, you can grab this handle. You do this. You put your hand in front of your face on the.
Well,
on the-
I would like to
So-
brace myself and
Yeah,
not
but
see.
here's what happens. If someone hits you, it hits us or whatever, and that bag goes, here's what happens. Your arm gets broken, and then it's shoved into your face, and your face gets broken. And I'm not going to stay married to you if your face is broken.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you got to keep
you're
it
saving
together.
yourself.
It's-
No, I'm just saying, don't
it's
put your
for-
hand in front of you. Like, you can do this. That's fine because it's just going to bend, but you can't put your arm in front of your face. I mean, it's funny because I know how I drive.
It's
I'm
like
not,
rules on a roller coaster.
but I'm not
that you
doing
have.
I'm not doing 300 miles an hour. Like she's like, I'm like, we're not crashing an airplane. We're doing 45, and
I
she's
have
like,
never in my life,
Oh
and
my
I lived
God.
with my dad, been so close
Yeah.
up someone's ass,
True,
and
not
then
untrue, not true.
still going full speed,
Nope.
and then I mean he doesn't.
She's talking about someone
He
telling
doesn't
stories. that are-
70% fear like this. It is terrifying. And I
lying.
have ridden with my
lying.
father. I ride with Grandma Jean.
It's supposed to be 3 cars, right? 3 imaginary cars.
We do
No,
not
3
have
seconds.
1,001, 3 braking seconds?
No, depending if you go a guy in front of you, right? So if a guy in front of you, well, it couldn't be 3 cars because then at 90 you're only 3 cars behind. So it has to be 3 seconds. I usually go between 1, 2, and 3. 1001, 1002. That's how far you should be behind.
I feel like that's too close.
No,
I feel like that's a
1001.
little
That
too close.
depends. No, as the speed, as you go faster, the speed extends. But sometimes people are fucking morons,
Oh, yeah.
and they they need to know. So what are you doing?
Emailing your accountant.
I thought you were emailing the
During the
DMV.
podcast?
Yeah,
Send
I
us a
just,
ticket right
here's
now.
the problem with having a computer to look up stuff we're talking about on the podcast. When
Oh.
I get an email from someone, it pops up right there and I can see the first line of it. And then if I don't like it, I'm like, I gotta just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I can't be with you when you're on the computer. You can't drive with me, but I can't be with you on a computer.
It's the same. Driving and on a computer.
Because
It's the
I can
same.
chill him.
Why is it so annoying when I'm driving the car? I've never been in an accident. We've never been in an accident.
I'm not
Zero?
annoyed.
I've
I'm terrified.
I've never been in an
Here's the
accident.
thing, and maybe people will be able to
When I was
relate
16,
to this.
I was in an accident.
It's terror. I can't help that. It's not that I'm just sitting there going, you know what you need to do. I'm not nagging. I keep my mouth shut. I
It's
am
worse, though.
experiencing sheer terror. And then I'm in trouble for that. How can you tell me?
Because I'm focused, right? I'm getting where I got to get there. I'm getting right, and then I hear this. And I'm like, fuck, what? Fuck. Like
I remember early on when
that's the worst, man. You're like,
have
and I'm
you
like,
ridden
Jesus
with him?
fuck. And I'm like, are we getting attacked? And I'm like, are we getting strafed? What's going on?
Have you ridden with him?
yes, alone. But there was another time early on. It was in the truck. And I was like, I remember thinking like, wow, I didn't realize the truck goes this fast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're in a truck and I'm like weekend at Bernie's back there. Like,
I
It is.
do not drive that fast.
we were suspended in air.
Shut up. No.
Yes.
No.
Terror.
No.
And then he's yelling at me as I'm experiencing full-blown panic. And so I'm like in trouble and I'm trying not to panic, but my heart is like pound. I mean, it's a full sensory experience.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And I will point something out. His car got totaled. You've been in accidents. I never have.
You just said you had one when you were 16. I had one when I was 19.
When I was 16, it was a dumb accident.
No. True or not?
True. When I was 16.
Okay. Period.
It was at 3 miles.
It
was 3 miles an hour.
Hide.
My
You
turn
don't
to
need to
talk.
talk, you
dude.
know.
My car was stopped. I'm sitting there and a
that's
dude
not
in a
fair.
truck just
So that's not gonna happen to me because I don't stop.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we had I think I told the story. I had a Oldsmobile Delta 88. It was a brick of a car and a Volkswagen. I went like this, pulled into the driveway, and I looked this way, no cars. I looked this way, Volkswagen, no blinker. He's in the other lane. And I went like this, and I pulled out, and because the Volkswagen, when I turned my head, came across 2 lanes to pull into the driveway, and I just went kabink. And Volkswagens are made out of beer can material.
I was going to say,
Oh,
I'm
and
surprised it
yours
did
was not.
Yeah.
It just wrapped around the front of the car. They had to pop it off, and then it was totaled. It was a Volkswagen. I think my insurance paid $1,200 for it.
Yeah, they just pop on a new.
It was
toy.
It was destroyed, and I was doing 3 miles an hour and barely moving. And it just.
But in a Delta 88, that thing is definitely
it's metal.
That's a
It's
tank.
metal. Yeah, it's metal. It didn't even hurt the car. My car.
Nothing.
I was like, hee. Okay, I'm good.
Just buff it right out.
It's a tiny little thing on the bumper. Done. It's good.
I actually did get hit right after I bought my Armada. It was when Armadas first came out. I loved that car. And I was going around, I was in Memphis at that club, and I was going around an off-ramp. Dude behind me was on the phone, wasn't looking. He was in a little, I think a Miata, and
Oh, no.
a convertible, and I'm in this tank SUV, and he plows into me at like 35 miles per hour. He never stopped. He never even hit his brakes. And I was fine. And when I got out and looked, his car was totaled. The front end was all the way, like I thought something was hurt.
Did he come flying out of the top of it?
No, he was belted in.
Boing,
Luckily,
boing, boing,
yeah.
Just flapped him
But
up.
my Armada, it had, I think,
A tow package.
$88 worth of damage. It had a scratch on the tow package.
So she had this big fucking, basically a battering
Big
ram.
hitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
hitch thing
yeah.
sticking out of the back, and the Miata hit it, and it just
Went
crumpled,
under it, yeah.
crumpled the whole Miata. Nothing happened to her
They
car.
just repainted the
They're like,
scratch and that was it.
That can of Krylon gonna cost you $80.
My insurance paid it. It was awesome. We have good insurance. Anyway, anything else? Oh, I wanted to share this with you guys because that's why I was in my email. Because I don't know if these are on the website, but we got to put these up on the website. A new tour just got booked because our Honolulu theater got moved again because they have a 50 person or less mandate in Hawaii. So we're not spending our birthdays in Honolulu, unfortunately. But we did add a show that a lot of you guys have been asking for because it kept getting canceled. St. Louis, one night at the Helium Comedy Club on October 7th. Then we are going to be on October 9th in Springfield, Illinois at the Boondocks. We've never been there. Brand new thing for us. And then on October 10th, we are going to be at the Irving Theater in Indianapolis. So go get those tickets now. Irving Theater, Indy on the 10th. 9th is the Boondocks in Springfield, Illinois. And the 7th is St. Louis Helium. So
This new tour is great. Zero
We'll do
side effects is great. And do me a favor, people. If you're not vaxxed, first of all, what the fuck? But get vaxxed. I was thinking that someone was saying that it's 680,000 people, and that number is so big. Mm-hmm. So the Super Bowl has 100,000 people in it. Mm-hmm. 6 Super Bowl, packed Super Bowls full of people. But I was thinking yesterday, all those people have families. So how many kids don't have parents anymore?
Yeah.
How many parents don't have kids anymore? How many wives don't have husbands and husbands don't have wives? And it's not 680,000 people that's affected.
Yep.
It's fucking, I mean, times that by 6 people. Yeah, or and their friends, so 10 people.
So think about Grandma Jean, who's in the highest risk category ever. She's
87.
Gonna be 88 in a couple in 2.5 weeks, and she's doing very well today, and very plainly said, it was because I had those shots. Thank the Lord I got those shots. She knows she would not be alive, most likely.
24-year-old kid who was getting, his 24-year-old husband was talking, has a baby, and I say kid because I'm not 24, but he was getting better, and they interviewed him after we got through the first wave of COVID. He thought it was over, and he said, he goes, I listened to TV. He goes, I listened to misinformation. He goes, they kept saying it's a lie. He goes, this is not a lie. He goes, this is horrible. He died yesterday.
Yeah.
So please get vaccinated and use grandma as
Let's end this, guys.
as a reason to tell your family to get vaccinated.
We surpassed the 1918 pandemic.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we've actually like.
But
we beat the big one.
I just still wanted to
how do we
throw
not
these
learn
in
shit
there
in 100
because
years?
I wasn't done yet, because a lot of you guys don't know about these shows, but we are coming back to Charlotte. We're going to go to the Booth Playhouse this time because the McLohan is under reconstruction or whatever. October 13th, Booth Playhouse in Charlotte. Raleigh Improv the 14th through the 16th. Oklahoma City Bricktown, October 21 through 23rd. Then that week, we're going to do one show at Flappers. Then Portland Helium is coming up. We love that club. And then a new addition, November 11th, the Chevalier Theater in Medford, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston, yeah? Mm-hmm. Then a week later, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Go on his website because we have all kinds of new theaters, like one show nights thrown in there. We've never been to Oshkosh either, have we?
No, but we also have, it's not just me, I'm always great, but this new show of yours is stunning. And
we're closing out this year. There's a lot more in the middle of that, but we're closing out this year by going back to Madison to the Barrymore Theater. Some of those sections are already sold out. That's going to be on December 17th. December 18th, we're going to be at Minneapolis Pantages Theater, which we thought was a perfect way to close out this year.
Oh, Minneapolis. That's we have to stay to go. We have to go see
Paisley Park. Yeah, we promised we would.
We have to go see Paisley Park. I want to go really
of course.
bad.
Yeah.
Last night.
You've never been?
No. Last night I was here and I called her and I said, I'm coming home. I'd written the bass. She wrote it with me after I got done, but I always kind of write the bass of a script unless she gets assigned one, and then we work on it together for the sketches. And I just clicked one Prince video, one. It was the end of him at Staples Center, and he did Play That Funky Music, Hollywood Swingin', and what's that, Grandmaster Flash, Fantastic Voyage at the end of his show, and I was mesmerized for 15 minutes. I clicked another one. Next thing I know, I'm sitting here for an hour 15 watching Prince videos. Sorry. That's why I was home so late last night.
So that's how it happens.
I'm sorry. You can't.
Where have you been, Prince?
People, if you have not, if you don't know, because I have, every once in a while I hear someone go, Prince, yeah, what, Purple Rain? No. If you know anything about performing in music, he took off one guitar, grabbed a bass, played that, took that off, took another guitar. It was fucking stunning, and I kept thinking, there's nobody, there's nobody that can do that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why. That's why I was late last night. Sorry.
Oh, this was last night.
Yeah, after you left.
He was here really
I had to write that script. I had to
Yeah.
write that script. So when I got the script, and I was just I called Ray. I'm going to come home. I finished it, and I read it to her, and she laughed, and I was clicking through. The next thing I know, I think what's weird about Prince is when I watch this, I'm like, oh, I'll never be that good at anything. I think I'll never be that good at anything.
Well, most people won't. That's otherworldly.
Or otherworldly.
Crazy.
So if you are trying to be better, watch Prince videos. It'll inspire you, or it may just make you give up. Either way. Guys, please get tickets to the show this weekend on Saturday. Anything you want to talk about? Go get his album, Misanthroptics.
Yeah, I got a new one coming out. It's actually we recorded the live versions here, for the last sketch show, and it sounded so good. Like these mics, the vocals sounded really good, and we did 2 warm-up songs, and we recorded the audio. So I'm going to put that out as an EP,
that's awesome.
awesome.
recorded here. So
we also have a song coming out. We're gonna play. Did she tell you?
Something else.
Wear a mask. No, because it's still going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that after. Alpha Chick, available for stream and download on Rachel Bradley.
Her
Comedy.
first special is out. Finally, she finally got it out. I know you want to
How
end
do you
it.
interrupt me
I'm
when I tell
sorry.
them where to find it?
I want you to watch it.
All right,
I am so happy. I am so happy this is out. People, if you want to see
This is
one of
Pride,
the best
Ray.
pieces of comedy we've seen in a long time, please get Alpha Chick. Where is it?
RachelBradleyComedy.com.
RachelBradleyComedy.com. It's a over an hour special. Holy crap.
Billy Gardell, Brad Williams, Christopher Titus, and Elaine Boozler are in the opening of it, so go check it out.
And you're in the rest of it, and it's hilarious.
I am in the rest of it.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please go to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube and subscribe. Do me a favor, go to ChristopherTitus.com. We have new shirts. It's the new Zero Side
Yep, they're
Effects
awesome.
T-shirts are pretty bitchin'. On the back it says, now let's invent a vaccine for stupid. So if you want to get in a fight in a bar, please buy this shirt. By the way, you'll be able to win because they'll have COVID.
Yeah,
They'll be
right.
sick. Yeah, they can't breathe. They can't fight long. For myself, the Bombshell and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out. Polka.
I think we did this one.
There
There can be only one Highlander. There can be only one Highlander.
Ah, that's a wonderful. That's the Highlander singing the song about the day with the polka.
I don't know that was right.
You know what? We'll try later. Polka. What made you
There,
think
that's
polka?
what I was
That's it right
thinking.
there, little
okay,
tuba.
Try again.
There could be only one Highlander. Titus Podcast.
It's not even. I think this
That's
is the
it.
worst.
Wait, hold on,
By the way,
let me-
just goes to prove that polka's the worst we can ever do.
No,
Polka
it's
is
you
not
just
music.
have
It's
to
a polka
know
then.
it.
It's terrible music. Again.
Highlander, Highlander.
Highlander.
There can be only